Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Geno Reynolds and this is WAND Presents The Real Geno. Today we're going to take a look at a new biopic about a legend in the music business with Weird, the Al Yankovic story. So, let's dare to be stupid. What am I even wearing?
Hey Stanley,
Yeah, George?
how'd you like your own TV show?
Okay.
You're on.
Man, they'll let anybody on TV these days. Hey!
I'm tired of people thinking I'm some kind of joke.
Your dad and I agreed it would be best if you just stop being who you are and doing the things you love.
My whole life, all I wanted.
I'm afraid we found your son at a polka party.
Is to make up new words to a song that already exists.
Oh, well, you should do that then.
As stated by Weird Al himself at the beginning of the movie, this is a 100% true account of his life, down to the last detail. Well, Mr. Weird Al Yankovic. I have to say that there hasn't been a worse biopic ever made than this movie. As a staunch critic of all things entertainment, I found this movie to be flat out insulting. Shame on you, Al Yankovic. Shame on you for this abomination. I'm sorry. I can't keep up the act any longer. This movie is awesome. If this movie would have been made or been about anyone else, anyone normal, it would have been terrible. But we aren't talking about someone normal here, are we? We're talking about the Weird One himself. I wasn't sure what I really expected out of this movie when it was announced, but loved every second of what we got. I really don't want to spoil too much about this one, so minor spoiler warning from here on out. And this first one is kind of big. Still with me? Are you sure? You don't want to step away now? I mean, I do want you to watch, but I don't want to be the one who ruins this for you either. So going in, I should have known what we were going to get wasn't going to be normal. If you've ever seen anything like the old Behind the Musics and other things like that, you'd know that Weird Al has led a pretty normal life, all things considered. He has even said he didn't know why they did a Behind the Music on him anyway. So what did we get if we didn't get a normal biopic? What else? We got a parody of one, of course. That's right, we got trolled. While I'm not going to give away any big spoilers, I will say that I like to think of this movie being about everything wrong with a lot of music biopics. I'll use Bohemian Rhapsody as an example. While there was a lot to like about that movie, I thought it was pretty ridiculous how loose it was with history. And before you get mad at me, I say this because I love Queen. Freddie Mercury is one of my favorite frontmen of all time. See, what I loved about this movie is that it took everything about biopics that I didn't like and poked fun at it. Even in one of the biggest cameo-heavy scenes in the movie, the pool party, it even takes a fun shot at Queen. My favorite cameo happens during this scene. You'll know it when you see it, Jack. Look, I don't know if there's a term similar to a mockumentary for parody biopics, but after watching this masterpiece, there should be. From the celebrity cameos to all the main actors, all of them were great. Starting with Daniel Radcliffe as the Weird One, of course, but also Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento, and especially Evan Rachel Wood as the Material Girl Madonna. I really don't want to spoil too much more of this movie. The journey as a whole is a large part of the fun. A big question, though, is what did Weird Al think about this movie? Well, he is a co-writer of the movie, plus he's actually in it, so I hope he's okay with it. This movie is everything it should have been and more. I loved every second of it. From the opening with the message from the Weird One himself to the very end of the credits, this movie is great. Now, if you're not a fan of Weird Al, this movie is not for you. I really do think that this one was made for us fans. It is a love letter to everything that is great about the beloved musician. It's silly, funny, insane, and above all else, weird. If you want to see Weird, the Al Yankovic story, you can watch it on the Roku app for free right now. That's going to be it for this edition of WAND Presents The Real Geno. As always, I'm your host, The Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. Until next time, I got a boogie.